Hi friends, this is Santosh from Sunvihan Technologies. Today we are going to discuss on Python. Okay, I'm going to give you the demo on Python. Okay, I'm going to give you the introduction of Python and what is Python, where we use Python. Okay, and why we have to use Python. What is the use of Python? Why not other programming languages? Why only Python we have to use? Okay, that all we are going to discuss on today's class. Okay. Yes, Python. Actually, this Python tutorial provides the basic and advanced concepts which is useful for beginners and working professionals. Okay, which is useful for both of them, beginners and working professionals. Here in this tutorial, I will be discussing all the topics of Python, all the topics of Python for beginners and working professionals. Okay, for beginners in the sense, we need core Python and advanced Python. Okay, means Python basics and the basic programming. Okay, and for working professionals, we need some modules to be included in this Python course. Okay, the specific modules. Okay, what is Python? First of all, what is Python? Okay, Python is a functional object-oriented programming language which is interpreted and which is dynamic and which is high level. Okay, Python is a general purpose, dynamic, high level, interpreted functional programming language. Okay, which is also an object oriented programming language. Okay, here in Python, we have objects, we have functional programming language, and it is also interpreted. What is object-oriented programming language? What is functional programming language? What is interpreted programming language? And what is dynamic and what is high level? Let me discuss that. Okay. First of all, what is object-oriented programming language? An object-oriented programming language is a language which, which supports object-oriented programming features. Okay. What are object-oriented programming features? The object-oriented programming features are classes and objects, inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism. Okay, these are called object-oriented programming features. Okay, these object-oriented programming features are not only for Python. Okay, these object-oriented programming features can be used in other programming languages also, like Java, C++. Okay, this object we will be discussing this object-oriented programming features in one session. Okay, now I'm going to give you some basic overview of object-oriented programming features. The basic overview is, what is a class? Okay, a class is nothing but, which is a blueprint, which is a blueprint. Okay, logical implementation. A class is a logical implementation. I'll tell you one example. Logical implementation means you take, for example, you take a house plan. House plan is a class. Okay, house plan is a class. But house is an object. House is an object. House is an object which is present, But house plan is not an object. It is a class, which is a logical implementation. Logical implementation. But object is nothing but physical implementation. Physical implementation. For example, you take a house. Okay. First of all, we need a plan to construct a house. We need a plan to construct a house. Okay, that plan is nothing but class. Okay, but object is a physical implementation of an house. We see house is an object, but we cannot see house plan. First of all, we need a plan to make an object. Okay, in programming manner, a class is nothing but which contains members and functions in Python. Members and functions, data members and functions. Okay, this encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, these all I will be I will be explaining you in the future sessions, which needs one session. Okay, next, functional programming language. What is functional programming language? Okay, in Python, everything is a function. Everything is a function. Means in Python, when we write a program, everything we write in a function. Okay, and if we don't write in a function as a function, also no problem. But when you want to call, or when you want to declare, or when you want to do anything, you need to do in function. Actually, what is a function? Actually, what is a function? A function contains statements. A function contains statements. If you want to execute the set of statements, then you have to use a function. Why to use a function? Normally, why to use a function? See, I have some 10 lines of code, for example. I have 10 lines of code. Okay, in a program. Okay, in that 10 lines of code, I want to execute 3 lines of code every time. 3 lines of code every time. Okay, every time. Then I will be writing that 3 lines in a function, and call that function any number of times. Okay, that is a function. And Python is interpreted. What is interpreted? See, Python is an interpreted language. Okay, which means a Python program will be running by using an interpreter. When you execute a Python program, I'll give you some brief introduction of interpreter. See, we have two things: compiler and interpreter to execute a program. For example, I write a program. For example, I write a program. So I write a Python program. See, I said Python is an interpreted programming language. Okay, I said Python is an interpreted programming language. When I said Python is an interpreted programming language, then at that time I write a program called test.py. For example, test.py. This is test.py program. In this test.py program, these are the 3 lines I have written in this program. Okay, here A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. And here I am writing as print of C, print of C. Okay, print of C. This is one program test.py. I want to execute this program. When I want to execute this program, okay, the job of interpreter is to, this is high level language code. Test.py is high level language code which is understood by humans but not machine code. Okay, this, when we execute this code in Python, then what that Python does means Python will be, see, we have, for example, for example, this is our test.py. Okay, this is our Python code. Okay, this is called interpreter. Okay, here test.py. Compiler or interpreter, interpreter. Okay, here test.py. When you compile or run this test.py, what happens means, what this interpreter will do means, interpreter will convert this test.py into machine code. This is high level language code. Okay, this is high level language. High level language, it is understood by humans. Okay. Then this test.py is converted to, test.py is converted to test.py is converted to test.pyc. Okay, who will convert this test.py to test.pyc? Interpreter will be converting when you compile or run this program. When you compile or run this program, interpreter will be converting the test.py to test.pyc. Okay, this is nothing but high level language which is written in test, written in English language or human understandable format. Okay, this test.py, when you run this program, what that interpreter will do means, interpreter will convert convert this test.py to test.pyc code. Okay, then test.pyc code. This test.pyc is nothing but machine code. Machine code. Okay, this test.py is nothing but machine code, which is understood by machines. Okay, what this interpreter will do means, interpreter will execute this test.py line by line, line by line. Okay, first of all, it executes a is equal to 10. First of all, it executes a is equal to 10. Okay, first of all, it executes a is equal to 10. In this a is equal to 10, if you have any errors, it reports that errors in this line. Okay, okay. After reporting an error, if you rectify, okay, no problem. Then again it goes to second line. Again it goes to second line. Okay, execute second line. In this second line, if any error is there, then it reports that error. So we have to rectify that error. Okay, and it executes third line. Third line is C is equal to A plus B. Okay, and if you found any error in that line, when it executes that line, if you found any error, it reports an error in this line. So we have to rectify this error. Okay, next, fourth line. Like that, interpreter will be executing the total program line by line. Okay, line by line, line by line. Okay, after that, it converts this test.py to test.pyc. Test.pyc. That is the job of interpreter. Okay, here Python is interpreted programming language. Python is interpreted programming language. Okay. Now we have another translator called compiler. 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 What is the difference between interpreter and compiler? Okay. What compiler does means here in Python they won't use any compiler. Okay, only interpreter will be used. Compiler is not used in Python. Compiler is used by Java or C++ or C language. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between this interpreter and compiler? The difference is see, compiler is nothing but which reads a program. So you have this program, test.py. Okay. For example, Python doesn't use compiler, so I'm telling it as test.java, for example. We have the same code only. There is no change of the code. Okay. But in Java, we need to write a class and main method. Total these lines of code is same. Okay. If you have test.java, okay, then compiler what it does means it executes the total program at once. Total program, these 4 lines of code at once, and tells and reports if any error is present in any line. Okay, then you have to rectify that error. Okay, means compiler executes the code, the total program at once, but interpreter executes the code line by line. But interpreter executes the code line by line. But compiler doesn't execute the code line by line. It executes the code, the total code. It executes the total code, and reports errors in which line the errors are present. Then we have to rectify the errors. Okay, that is the difference between interpreter and compiler. Okay. Now coming to what is high level language and what is dynamic. See, high level language is nothing but here uh, which contains and which is used in web applications. And this Python is used in standalone applications and web applications, and uh, uh, what is a big data frameworks applications also. Okay, that is high level language. And dynamic. Actually, what is dynamic? Dynamic is the sense, see, if you want to assign a value to a variable, okay, we don't need to mention what type of value we are assigning to a variable. For example, see, here in this test.py, I am giving a is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. Okay, are you giving which type is a is of which type? No, we are not mentioning any. A is an integer, or A is a float, or A is a string, or A is a long. Are you mentioning that type? No. Dynamically, it only thinks you are assigning 10 to A, so it is an integer. Okay. Next, Python is simple and easy to learn and provides lots of high-level data structures. See, when you learn Python, it is very easy because you are writing a Python program with normal language like English language. Okay, and we have lots of high-level data structures that we will be learning in the future sessions. Okay, and it is easy to learn, and it is a scripting language which makes it attractive for application development. See, for every application development, we use Python, and it is very, very easy to learn, and it is a powerful language. Okay, and next point is Python syntax and dynamic typing, which is with its interpreted nature, make it an ideal language for scripting and rapid application development. See, already discussed what is dynamic typing. I'll tell you once again. What is dynamic typing? See, in Python program, if you declare a value to a variable, you don't need to mention any type. Any type means is it integer or is it float or it is long or it is string. We don't need to mention any type of that variable. We don't need to mention any type of that variable. Okay, for example, previous example only, I give a is equal to 10, a is equal to 20, a is equal to a plus b, a is equal to a plus b. Okay, here 10 is assigned to a. 10 is assigned to a. But what is the type of a? Are we declaring that? No, we are not declaring it. Okay, dynamically, Python understands that 10 is an integer and tells it is integer. Okay, okay, I have a proof. Okay, see, I'm opening Python shell. I'm opening Python shell to execute a program. Okay, see, I'm writing 10 plus 20. It is giving 30. Okay, here 10. Okay, 10. I want to, I want, I want to know what is the type of A. What is the type, sorry, what is the type of 10? What is the type of 20? What is the type of 10? What is the type of 20? Okay, then what I have to do means you have to write as type of 10. Okay, see, see here, it has given int, class int. Okay, means 10 is of type integer. 10 is of type integer. Okay, 10 is of type integer. Understood? In Python, we don't need to declare a variable. We don't need to declare a variable. We don't need to mention the type of that variable. We don't need to mention the type of that variable. Okay? Okay. That is called dynamic typing. That is called dynamic typing. Okay? See, Python is not intended to work in a particular area such as web programming. See, here, Python is used everywhere. Python is used everywhere. In web programming, it is not intended to work only in web programming. Okay, no need to tell that Python is used only for this specific purpose. Okay, Python is intended to work in web programming. It is intended to work in web applications. It is intended to work in enterprise applications, and it is intended to work in big data frameworks also. Big data frameworks also. Okay, Python is platform independent. Right? How we can say Python is platform independent? How we can say Python is platform independent? What is platform independent first of all? Okay, Python is platform independent. Is nothing but write once, run anywhere. What is the meaning of write once, run anywhere? Here, if you write a Python program in Windows operating system, we can run that Python program in Linux operating system or Mac operating system or any other operating systems. Write a Python program in one operating system, and you can run that Python program in any operating system. In any operating system. Okay, I'll tell you the example. See, I have okay. This is Windows operating system. Okay, let us take this as Linux operating system. Okay, now let us take as okay. This as Mac operating system. Okay, now I write a Python program in Windows operating system. For example, test.py. Okay, now when you run this Python program, when you run this Python program, it is converted to test.pyc file. Test.pyc file. Okay, this test.pyc file you can run in any other operating system called Linux, Mac, or any other operating system. Okay, you can run this test.pyc file in Linux and in Mac operating system also, and Windows operating system also. Okay, and Windows operating system. Windows operating system. Okay, that is write once run anywhere. That is called write once run anywhere. It is platform independent. It is platform independent. Okay, Python is very simple. Very simple. Okay, I'll tell you how it is simple. See, this is Python shell. This is Python shell. Okay, here you can add two numbers. You can subtract two numbers. You can multiply. You can divide. Okay, for writing this addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, for writing these programs in other programming languages, you have to write a class, you have to write a main method, and in that main method, you have to write all these things. But here there is no main method. Here there is no main method. Program execution doesn't start from main method. Okay, you take other programming language called Java or C language or C++. Okay, every program execution will start from main. Every program execution starts from main. But in Python, there is no main method at all. It is functional programming. Okay, means it contains functions. There is no main method or main function or anything like that. Here we have a Python shell. In this Python shell, if you want to add two numbers and if you want the result, then you have to do 10 plus 20. That's all 30. And 10 minus 20 minus 10. 10 into 20, 200. 10 divided by 20, 0.5. Okay. Okay, understood? Here, we don't have any main method. Very easy. Python is very easy. Okay, here you don't need to write a class. You don't need to write a main method in that class, and you don't need to write all the. You don't need to give the type of that variable. Okay, it is very easy. Means it is like English language, like mathematics, like mathematics. Okay. Yeah. Here in Python, these developers can write the code in functional programming style. Okay, the Python internally converts them into objects. Okay, whatever we write the code in Python, that Python code will be converted into objects. Okay, and here Python is available in two major versions. One is Python 2.x and one is Python 3.x. These I explained you what is compiler and what is interpreter. Okay, Python 2.x versus Python 3.x. See the first difference between Python 2.x and Python 3.x is Python 3.x supports artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay, it supports artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay, and Python 2.x does not. Python 2.x does not support artificial intelligence and machine learning, and it does not handle a data type called long. Okay, that is the main difference. See, Python 3.x contains some modules which are used for artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay, see why we have so many programming languages. Why we are using Python only? Python is very popular now because I'll tell you one example. See, in our programming languages, if you want to get some values like get some values like uh, get some correct values, get some correct values. For example, we have we have uh, some like paisa rupees and pice. Okay, you want to get some pice values. It becomes some. You have to declare that variable as a float or a double like that. But here you don't need to declare declare the value as float or double like that. Okay, the program of Python is very easy. You don't need to declare that type of values, and we have got some modules support by using Python. Modules, libraries. We have set of libraries to support, but we did not get that set of libraries in other programming languages. Okay, and now Python 2 Python 2 uses print as a statement and using as print something to print some string on the console. In Python 2, you will be having like the code will be like this. See, in Python 2.x, we have write like this: print something. But in Python 3.x, we will be writing print of something. Means here in Python 3, we will be using functions. In Python 3, we will be using functions. But Python 2 uses print as a statement, not a function. Okay. In Python 3, everything is a function. Okay. Next. The next difference is Python 2 uses the function raw underscore input to accept the user's input. Okay. If you want to accept the user's input, then Python 2 uses raw underscore input. But Python 3 uses input function. Okay, input function. And in Python 2, we can't cast by using primitive functions called int str like that. But in Python 3, we can cast. It's type casting. Okay, type casting. Next difference is in Python 2, the implicit string type is ASCII characters. Whereas in Python 3, the implicit string type is Unicode. Okay, ASCII characters. ASCII characters are nothing but 0 to 9, and the symbols which are in the keyboard, and all the symbols. Okay, Normally ASCII characters are some numbers. Okay, and Python 3 is nothing but the implicit string type of that is Unicode. Okay, and in Python 3 it does not contain the function called xrange. Okay, the xrange is nothing but it is a variant of range function. Okay, this range function is nothing but it works similar to Java iterator, which is used to iterate the values, and it returns this range function returns the list. Okay, here in Python also we have list class, we have lists, tuples. Okay, like that. This is nothing but this will be coming in collections. In collections topic, we will be studying list. What is list? What is tuple and other things. Okay, these all I will be giving you when I start the topics. Okay, when I start the topics. And in Python 3, there is a small change made in exception handling. Okay, we will discuss this exception handling section when we go with the exception handling topic. Okay, and we have features of Python. Features of Python. These features of Python we will be discussing in the next session. Okay, very easy, very easy. These features, if you learn these features, then everything is very easy. And if you learn these features, you love Python. You love Python. Okay. Okay, we will be continuing in the next session. That is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay. Thanks all.